we got our first match on the board, and we got Bridget and Potemkin.
Oh, yep. Oh, I actually just seen that celebrity a few days ago in the strap back I was commentating. I think it was Frame Perfect actually. They did pretty well against Viking, but now that they fight the Bridget matchup, Shadow Gecko, I remember them from the Van server as well. Definitely saw Bridget. Good to see how this plays out. I remember this match there can be a little bit teased on both ends, considering the armor that Pawn has, but then Bridget of course has the most remaining normals, so they are able to go through the armor pretty well here. But it's not going to matter because the Pop Buster coming out from Death's Liberty.
Yep, and there's that White Wild Assault as well for the big body characters. Not going to be able to continue that pressure, and it does look like Gecko's going to be able to fully convert and clean up this first round here. You know, Bridget being this character that she could just use her rollerblades and use those Roman cancels to really trip you up is actually very, very good to see here from Shadow Gecko, who gets the 2K TD and then into the rollerblades.
Oh, blocks the burst. A very interesting burst though from Shadow Gecko. Tries to PRC, is not safe in the Hammerfall though. Okay, Death's Liberty is just trying to go all in. The 5H though from Shadow Gecko gonna deny all the aggression. Baby is being rocked.
Purple RC to keep the rollerblades as safe as possible. Just this pressure and beautiful 6P. Now that is going to be a burst from Dead Celebrity. He's going to try to count out with the dash, but not going to be able to. And then we do get that Mega Fist, but it's not going to open up or even get close to Gecko. Once again, pressure scenario. Cancels the yo-yo just in time, earlier than expected. And then we got that 2K to just mix you right up as you're trying to call out for those overheads.
Yep. Of course, you gotta watch the rolls, the overheads, but you also have to watch your toesy woesies. Them big meaty feet is gonna get touched eventually. Wait a minute. Anyways, so nice stuff from Shadow Gecko. But yeah, I definitely like some of the calls that we saw a bit of the earlier interactions too. We saw Shadow Gecko trying to call out a Mega Fist earlier with the 2H, but this really not biting. But of course, we have to see what goes on in this next match because. Definitely, I think Shadow Gecko did a really good job controlling the pace, the neutral as well, but then also keeping this Liberty locked down.
Yeah, there goes that Mega Fist being a little bit more aggressive. The White Wild Assault does whiff, and because that is a double hitting normal, that's going to allow Shadow Gecko to actually break through the armor, and we're also going to get the actual overdrive for both the wall break and then a very hard knockdown as Shadow Gecko going for the safe jump, blocking the YRC and also trying to bait out the burst, but I like it. Plays very conservatively and also aggressively at the same time. Got the rollerblades going out again, and then the double hit overhead catching Dead Celebrity and pressure like no tomorrow.
Oh yeah, the back Mega Fist coming from Dead Celebrity, a very strong option against most offense in the game, considering how it operates. But it's not gonna matter. We can have Roger piecing up Dead Celebrity, sending to the wall, and getting the round win.
Now that does leave the Dead Celebrity with that burst, and then again the White Wild Assault, but not close enough to get the Potemkin Buster.
Oh, counter 2S, not looking good here for Dead Celebrity, already trapped in the corner here. Oh, 2H attempt again from Shadow Gecko, not working out, but the 5H from Dead Celebrity. Okay, Shadow Gecko getting right back in there. Oh, unfortunate side switch. I'm not sure if that was intended. Oh, never mind, looks like it was. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I think this is actually the most optimal you can try to get after that, I believe, unintended side switch, but still capitalizing off of the fact that it was pretty much a wide full screen turn. But then we do have Dead Celebrity with that burst, and then also whipping again the Potemkin Buster. Gecko playing it safe and trying to just get out of there. Goes for the Roger Slam, but not going to be able to get anything out of it as Dead Celebrity is getting the jump slash. And there's that double hitting low.
Yeah. Exactly. That's going to be the key factor, at least one of them, in terms of this matchup. That's going to be a big deal in fighting pots. As always dealing with the armor, and as well as bad Mega Fist, which Shadow Gecko was not ready for in this interaction.
Oh my goodness. Nice counter hit here for Gecko, who's going to reestablish all this pressure again. Goes for the jump dust, gets the tap dust as well, and another tap dust too. that should be able to break the wall. No, instead letting it not break and then putting themselves in the corner. Gonna have to back away to try to get that spacing again. The purple RC though is gonna catch Shadow Gecko, who should have had that wall break and should have been on the other side of the stage transition by now. Ooh.
We love heat tackle. We love heat tackle. Well, nice addition to Guilty Gear Strive in season 3. We just get right back in there. Where are you going? Like,
I don't like it.
Man.
I don't like it, right? I don't.
Me
I was not on the board of approvals for that Potemkin new move. Okay, I'm not for it. I think, like, honestly, I'm not too sure what happened there for Gecko. Sometimes the wall stick can be a little bit tricky in terms of timing, and it just seems like Gecko kind of like fell asleep at the wheel there for a minute. But let's see if we can pick it up right back up and try to see if we can get that pressure going again. And a lot of this is all plus for Shadow Gecko, who's finally able to open up that Celebrity and also whipping and blocking the burst as well.
Oh, but the unfortunate drop on the wall break. But this is still pretty good for Shadow Gecko, though. Yep, RC gonna beat the armor on the fall. No supers, good for 6H. Probably a miss input, but nonetheless still good. Yep, gonna BRC forward and grab the white wall assault attempt from, grab the Hammerfall attempt from the Celebrity. Sorry, I got scarred. I assume everything is white wall assault.
I don't blame you. I too am getting kind of like a little traumatized here playing this matchup. But I mean, the great call out to that blue RC. That was a whiff Potemkin, or rather whiff grab. That's definitely going to cost that Celebrity here, who once again is going to get hit by this overdrive. And then the wall is broken, so that's just more positive bonus with a safe jump to boot as well for Shadow Gecko. And again, pressure all the way, a slight stagger into the dash up grab. Plus, you have to get out of there with the Heavenly Potemkin Buster, but the blue RC to slow down time. There's one last chance here for Dead Celebrity, who's able to get it with the counter hit.
And 2K2D from Shadow Gecko, but no conversion, get the kill though. Still pretty good. Dead Celebrity holding FD for dear life, not gonna matter though. Gets clipped by the jump in. That's gonna be Shadow Gecko taking the lead 2-1.
Really good stuff. I that first round was a little bit scary, especially for Shadow Gecko, who like had the opportunities, but I feel like there was a little bit of intention behind the fact of not breaking that wall earlier, and I think it's more of a mixture of resources. So we're definitely seeing an interesting approach to managing those resources. But let me tell you, those blue RCs have been really good these last couple of rounds. It's really adding to the layers that we weren't seeing in the first 2 games.
Yeah, most definitely. But of course, the set is far from over. We're going to see if Dead Celebrity has an answer for Shadow Gecko, but right now it's going to get a counter hit close slash from Shadow Gecko here. Okay, nice. Return the killing machine, go through the wall here, get the hard knockdown. Of course, burst is about even on both sides. Nice tech.
That was a good attempt to do the blue RC. Yeah, it was a little bit too far. Unfortunately, the angle wasn't just there. But we do get a clean round here for Shadow Gecko, who's going to be on potential set point.
Okay, the classic blue wall assault coming from Shadow Gecko here. Oh, tries to get a throw bait, but nonetheless still gets a nice JS there. Blocking and fall, get right back in there.
Okay, there goes that wall, and then we also have Potemkin's move there to be able to add extra damage and break, but we do have Gold Burst, and then had enough meter to go for the red RC. Heavenly Potemkin Buster to try to get out of there.
Alright, nice stuff. Nice Mega Fist coming from Dead Celebrity. On duel 3. It's pretty crucial right now. Right now we're on set point here for Shadow Gecko. Dead Celebrity needs to make something happen here in this round to be able to tie up the score once again.
Ooh, that is 2 counter hits right now. It's not good here for Dead Celebrity. There goes the overdrive, and then we're going to go into that hard knockdown. Now there is burst, great throw tech though for Dead Celebrity, who's also going to call out Shadow Gecko's backdash to try to avoid the grab.
Oh, see, I like the throw tech, and the white walls have to get right back in there. Wants to keep up the aggression, does not want to let Shadow Gecko be able to have such an advantage. YRC though, the 2P attempt, I think they're trying to wall us out there.
More than likely, it was probably a wild assault. I agree with you
Yeah,
there.
I think I heard it.
Yeah, because the thing is, wild assault's really potent for Bridget. She's very plus. It's like a guard break for
Yeah.
how it's been working out for her. You know, I think right there was a really clutch factor though for that celebrity who was very well aware of like, okay, I need to like slow down, use my purple RC and my movement to actually catch the what Shadow Gecko is expecting. And this is a perfect example once again, trying to go for that hammer fall and successfully getting it.
Of course. Oh. Okay, roll back in there. Nice. Now base the YRC again. You're gonna get a full conversion here. Nice corner carry as well. And the throw.
Great stagger here as well. And then we're going to be able to get the counter hit to try to see if that celebrity was going to go for an anti-air. And right now we're just seeing Shadow Gecko play the space, actually allowing Dead Celebrity to get away from the corner. We're going to use that red RC to try to open up Dead Celebrity, but we get that counter hit going. Now, not going to be able to fully kill. Just going to have to set up another yo-yo and get another hit in. Wild Assault used by Dead Celebrity, but not going to hit.
Sorry. my
No
ears are going off. My bad.
All good. And right now, it's what's all good for Shadow Gecko, who's gonna be grabbed here though by Dead Celebrity. Oh, but we got the charge dust as well, launching Shadow Gecko, and this is full.
Oh my god!
Close optimal, but look at all that damage.
Oh, man, getting hit by dust by pod is not fun, man.
Heaven pop busted to get out of that corner, but that's a counter hit thanks to 2H. And another 2H to also clean it up. And here we go, pressure once more. There goes the Wild Assault. Gonna get the grab plus the red RC. And thanks to the yo-yo, kept that momentum going. And that is a 3-2 win for Shadow Gecko.
Yeah, definitely. The conversions from both players, especially Shadow Gecko, is definitely something to be highlighted for sure. Especially from earlier, we saw the. I'm not sure if it was an accidental side switch, but the fact, even if it was, I think it would be crazy if it was, because I mean, knowing the conversion, like what to do, like, and then to go to the other corner, that's definitely something insane.
Oh, most definitely. The optimization of Shadow Gecko is like, I think the highlight of that match, of all of them, truthfully. And I do want to give a shout out to Dead Celebrity, who was very good at some clutch moments to really try to take it all the way to game 5. I feel like if that charge dust, when it was launched, it was actually finished out in the most optimal way, that could have gone to a final game, final round situation for sure. But we have up next our next match, which is Phantom versus, we'll get the update right here in just a second. Elder, there we go, who is on the Giovanna. Now, Zato's another character I haven't seen for just a minute. And of course, Giovanna being another strong pick as well, with some changes thanks to Season 3.
Almost definitely.
Oh, great 6P there from Phantom. We're going to get that faultless defense, but again, Elder waiting patiently, using the blue RC to also back away from Phantom's blue RC. And a strike throw situation right here thanks to the OTG, and a strong 5P to catch Phantom in the air.
Good stuff. Okay, nice respectful round start here from both players in round number 2. Okay. Ooh, tries to power through Eddie. A bit too far, but still gonna get the 2 pounds from offense here. Okay, nice. The classic Chave into 236K, Oki. Well, oh, fan front at the corner, but Elder not caring, getting right back in there. Throw again. Hasn't even back it up, but it's not up top to use it.
Okay, there goes that 6P again. Also bringing out Eddie. Great block on the YRC. Should be able to break the wall here thanks to the shark that's going to come out. And look at that damage, Riot! When did Zato get all that damage?
I can't even tell you. I honestly can't even tell you.
I don't know, these Zato players be on some other timeline, I feel like, when it comes to talking about downplays and whatnot. But what a side switch here. It's gonna also be able to create a counter hit situation and force Elder to use the burst.
Okay, but now Phantom's turn, locking Elder back in the corner, and this part of Zato is definitely the same because we're gonna be locking you down, sending Elder through the corner here. Okay, back up, and the tap dust is gonna get the counter hit. Yep.
That was a clean round from Phantom. I feel like that round was like peak Zato. Like if you want to know how to play Zato, just watch that round. Truthfully.
To be honest, yeah. I mean, we talked about it a bit earlier a bit, but I mean, look, I'm a guy like I'm not a big fan of Zato, you know, to put it in light terms. But I am above the belief that he got hit like just a little bit too hard. But I will say that offense is definitely not changed. So and Phantom putting it on display here in very clean fashion, how they always have.
Gonna force Phantom to use the burst here after that anti-air. And again, Eddie going out, bringing out Drill. We're gonna also have the snakes go through, but it's gonna be a side switch here from Elder, and another side switch not gonna be able to fully land the last hit, and dropping that route just a bit too early. But we go for the dash up grab, was just a little too close though.
Unfortunate, Phantom tries to break the wall, but in this match that does not work anymore. It gets burst. Oh my goodness. I know that's definitely a change that Zato have been kind of in shambles about, but you have to do what you gotta do. Back throw from Phantom, locking him back down with Leap. And the conversion off.
What they gotta do? Oh. But unfortunately, that does not work out for them, as that blue RC does, blue Wild Assault does whiff completely. However, Phantom still cleans it up and is able to get the overdrive. Now this is the sword overdrive, so we're gonna get that recharge back onto Eddie plus Frog as well. And then again, the tap dust to also confuse Elder for that win on the round.
Definitely nice. Okay, Pierce catching Elder at full range. Oh, getting a little bit impatient here. And Phantom trying to call it out now with the Pierces, but the burst from Elder. Trying to 2D. This should be some big damage here. Oh, unless Phantom bursts out of it. Now Elder trying to be in the corner. That's the final way out, but unfortunately gets clipped.
Yep. And we're gonna go for the shark overdrive as well to get the full damage off of that. We're also still pretty full on Eddie meter, so we're gonna open up with Eddie coming through. Blue RC to try to slow down time, but it's not gonna stop that pressure, as Phantom's also the one sitting with was 2 bars of tension. That's just too much for Elder to try to defend all. I mean, props for defending as much as Elder did, but again, there's a point where you just gotta have to either challenge or you're gonna get opened up when it comes to Zato.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's just something, especially I think Zato now in this patch for sure, you kind of just have to have the cleanest neutral, just because him having Eddie for fully less time, not having the ability to kind of just like air stall for free, even though like that's kind of was his thing, but now it's going to be more important than ever, actually, because I mean his offense is pretty much, like I mentioned earlier, relatively still able to lock you down pretty heavily, able to kind of mix you up with while he's just sitting there in your face, and you gotta take it. So sitters like this is going to have to pin him down instead,
What a clean 2D counter hit. It's gonna lead into this overdrive and deal a bunch of damage. It's gonna leave about Phantom at about 25%. That's already gonna be gone thanks to the special dash. And now Elder just has to maintain some form of offensive, but is slowing down that momentum and opening up opportunity for Phantom to actually apply pressure. There goes that 6P, and then the full-on hellish move there for the clean hit. And again, this is where Phantom kind of starts getting the momentum that they need to fully apply the pressure.
Honestly, one thing I just thought about that I'm kind of want to see Elder trying to take advantage of here is I don't think Phantom's been doing too much of the arcade situation with Pierce. Actually, I know. I think Pierce has. I haven't looked at this in a while. I think it's a 6 frame gap. And I
Hmm.
know Gio has a 4 frame, I believe. So I kind of want to see if Elden is be able to kind of jab out of that and kind of make Phantom choose other options like using the frog instead of Pierce. You know what I mean? Cancel the first hit. So, but that's definitely one thing I kind of want to see be taking advantage of.
Again, trying to catch that
Okay, but
6P with either the 2K or 2D. Mixing up Elder there for a second and able to successfully open them up. That's going to go into another overdrive that's going to be close enough to break the wall. Plus that Eddie meter is recharged. Still a little bit far, so it's only Eddie that gets out of the way. But Phantom had that other bar of tension to work with. And that is a clean 3-0 for them.
yep, really good stuff. Good stuff. 3-0 for Phantom. They're gonna move on to fight Shadow Gecko here in winter semis. So going to be Zato versus Bridget, which should be an interesting one as well, considering it's going to be a bit of a matchup where the other character now has a bit of a more leeway in terms of challenging Zato when they go into the air, kind of contesting their neutral. So definitely want to see how that matchup plays out. But definitely, once again, good stuff to Phantom once again, dominating here in the Digital Havoc, which seems to be a common theme here. I mean, of course, it's a strong Lozado player, that in their area. So, I don't know, what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, well, for one thing, definitely try to figure out that 6 frame gap that you were mentioning, right? Like,
Yep.
that's one way to also understand too that, even though Zato is still a very strong character, so is Gio. There was plenty of moments for Elder that they actually had the offensive momentum, but either it could have been that they were worried about the lack of resources, or they weren't just too confident in the corner for those opportunities. It just gave way for Phantom to fully take advantage of the
Yeah.
situation. I mean, there was that round there that could have totally have been Elders, but again, just that hesitation. But we're hopping into the next match here. We got Alba. Let's go.
Oh, here we go. And of course,
Oh
Kensei.
no.
Yeah, this says they're gonna be an interesting one. Ooh. Well, but let's jump B from Ivan.
Here we go. This is where she is pretty much a top tier in the game. Gonna be able to fully almost break the wall here and is successful. And we're actually gonna go into that overdrive. So not only does that Jealous Rage refill thanks to Sunstar going into regular mode, but we also are still in Jealousy mode here. And thankfully that has a lot of guts in this mode. So any damage that Kensei was trying to do here, it was limited. But again, the Red RC, great block though on the burst. And Kensei clutching it out.
Yeah, Kensei has always been very, very strong at looking for burst points like that. Oh, the parry through the fireball, but not gonna matter though. Kensei's still able to be in their face. Okay, what the classic, bro. I will say, I have to say this for every time, but Alba's animation of her dragging the keys is so funny.
Listen, she's just trying to drag her husband to where they need to go. It's just one of those times. But we are gonna get hit by this wild assault. This is just gonna extend the damage here for Kensei, who's gonna end it with the stun dipper. My apologies with the DP. But we do get the continuation here from Sunstar. That close slash, and then we're going to also get the throw. OTG as well gets the 2D counter hit. And we're going to end it in with the overdrive. This should kill, actually. No, it doesn't. Yeah, I think it was just, it scaled pretty big in that last second. Okay, good blocks here. Tries to deflect shield.
Dang.
Oh.
Yup, still a strong defense mechanic, but if it is used in in any way, of course you will pay the price, and that was Kensei definitely taking advantage, taking the first game as well. Definitely a strong first game so far. But of course, new character, we'll have to see if Sunstar is prepared to deal with more of the intricacies of this matchup, or if we might see a swap here. Not sure how comfortable they are. Of course, new character, maybe so you got relearn matchups and all this stuff. So very interesting to see.
We are being able to go with the jump dust. That does not lead into the key unlock, but we do get this hard knockdown, which we're going to be able to actually go into Wild Assault for the hard knockdown. Not going to go into Jealousy mode just yet, believing in the key, and now into Jealousy mode to get the overhead. He's going to have to eat that burst, but again, that bar for Jealousy mode is still very full. About a quarter of a way still to go. But there we go, we have Kensei who's just waiting for the opportunity to actually mash through those gaps. And we're gonna get the tap dust into the red RC to keep it safe, blocking the low as well.
Oh, starting to try to stagger, trying to stall them as much as they can to get their jealousy rage back. But Kensei though is honestly seeing the plot and is gonna deny it, taking the first round here, game number 2.
Dunstar really showing off a lot of good matchup knowledge here. Just not able to fully clean out these rounds. And again, it's because we're in that jealousy mode and we're not able to actually land all the way through or have it be enough to actually create knockdown situations against Kensei, who's been able to actually break the wall every single time a hit has been done. Dunstar losing a lot of health there from that interaction.
Ooh. Big counter from Starstar. Not too sure what button that is. I still have to relearn or learn Havoc buttons, so bear with me here. Okay, Q grab go. So start getting over the wall. Okay, is it still good though? Of course, health is even, but they're still in jealousy rage, meaning anything can happen in this mode. And it's gonna be Starstar getting a quick answer back. Round number 2.
I love the movement here from Dunstar. And a great parry that's going to also lead into the grab as well. Tried to go for a very quick jump dust, but the Vapor Thrust is going to catch Dunstar and force Dunstar to use the burst. We're in Jealous mode once again, but it's not going to be enough to avoid. And again, the quick RC after the Vapor Thrust into the wall break is really catching Dunstar here in these moments. But the overhead after the dash in, and we're going to try to go back into normal mode and lock in again, but it's all good. The key unlocks the jealous mode, and we're gonna also get the wall break as well.
But the counter 6P from Kensei though, the dash from Dunstar going through the fireball, but Kensei able to still hit around it.
What? That worked? What? Yo, buff Alba! Buff Alba, please! Please! Someone clip that, please! That was ridiculous! That was ridiculous! What do you mean that worked? That was supposed to be an overdrive! You're... Oh, I'm so hot! I'm so hot! That is ridiculous! Buff Alba, nerf Kai! I can't! Oh my god!
Alright. Like, that's all I can say, bro. It's just alright. Like,
that was... Okay, Kensei, you play this game too much. That's what you're doing. You play this game way too much. For you to know that, after a week with that character, out, and you suddenly... Oh, and we got Johnny? Okay. I see you, Dunstar. I see you with the DLCs.
I can't even say anything, bro. Like, what was that, man? Like, it wasn't even the fact that bro did DP. It was the fact that they did DP and they can still punish her. Like, what? Like,
oh my gosh. But this is actually a successful change so far, it seems, here for Dunstar, who switched to Johnny and already getting the knockdown. And again, checking a lot. Tries to walk up and go for a grab here or a close slash, but wasn't successful in that interaction.
He's finding the Kensei's dash here. Ooh, late burst here. Kensei is a believer, but the belief was not strong enough. Dunstar already starting strong here, round number 1.
Yeah, I really like this Johnny pick, more so than the Alba. Like, that just from that round showed really comfortability with Johnny. And I think part of it is because of, again, these plus frames that are happening, and also a great call out on the Vapor Thrust from Kensei. And because was waiting for the Wall Splat to end, was actually trying to just catch Kensei on the other side. But we do have Kensei picking up with the jump dust combos. It's going to go into the overdrive for a hard knockdown. And we're going to get the typical dash up Kai stagger strike throw pressure.
Both players have been really keen on trying to air dare each other.
What a pickup here.
We're playing a French bird game here, I guess, because we just love the air dares. I don't know. Are they nice? Yep, and the conversion using the wall assault as well. The OTG. Oh, that didn't pick up there. Interesting. Oh, no punch the Myracy? Look at Kensei trying to make something happen here. Nice IB! Oh my. Wow.
That IB was pretty godlike. That IB was just perfect. I was worried about the chip damage situation that was going to happen there, especially with so low of tension having been like used earlier, and there just wasn't much to work out. But what a clutch factor there from Stunstark, who's really surprising us with the Johnny pick.
Yeah, no, that was definitely the most clutch IB ever seen in my life. Like, I would never thought to IB there. Like, my entire thought process would just be like, bro, just get off me, please. Man, but here we go. 3-0 is going to be denied here for Stunstark, but now you're going to have to be able to keep up this momentum right now. You cannot let Kensei be able to get some run here, but already off to a fast start here for Stunstark here. Going to carry as well.
Yeah.
Boston Future Rock was Six. Oh, sorry.
No worries. Continue on.
Good. Dire Clock going to the wall here. Yeah, once again, looking grim here for Stunstark. Unless they get a 6K conversion. Oh, wow. 2PRC. Wow, that was... Man. God, Kensei's such a sweat, bro. Golly! like,
Kensei's really comfortable right now, and also one thing to note here too has been able to adjust very cleanly to Stunstark's full-on range with Mistfinder. You can actually tell that Kensei's actually watching how far, using the far hitboxes from many of their normals, and then again calling out some of the movement that Stunstark was showing before. And it is not looking good for Stunstark, who's gonna go down here, and Kensei with the 3-1 win and the perfect as well.
Kensei just had to win. Give him a little bit of shine there, you know, with the Jonathan pick, with the Johnny Joseph. But good stuff from both players there. Obviously, we saw, of course, the additions from Stunstark, what we've done on their side, but Kensei, you know, really doing moving on to fight. Oh, never mind. They're moving on to fight in the third finals with the winner of Canada.
Yeah, I just want to really highlight that like the Johnny pick was there. I feel like if there was a little bit more time with Johnny in that matchup, I feel like it could have definitely gone a little bit further. Obviously being the last game for Stunstark, and really having to only work with maybe one extra game after that, it was really hard to actually try to adjust to what Kensei was doing. But like Kensei was like ready for the farthest reaches that Johnny has, and it was like, okay, I adapted really quick. We lost that first game out of the whole set, but we're not going to lose again, right? And I think that that's like a big thing too, that also when we look back at the ABBA matches, that's something that Kensei was ready to do as well. Like super, like, okay, I know where my limits are, this is where we're going to go with. So next up we got Shadow Gecko versus Phantom, the Bridget and Zato matchup, like you mentioned.
Yep. Of course, already starting off pretty respectful here. Both players trying to get an edge up in neutral. And the early go burst attempt from Phantom, but gets blocked by Shadow Gecko here. Okay, pull back up with the roll conversion as well. Oh, a lot of missed inputs from Shadow Gecko, dropping the kill once again. Yep, YRC is going to beat the break the wall. Does not work anymore.
Okay, there we go. That was a wall slump here. So I think some of the instances where Shadow Gecko has been trying to, has actually been really close to wall breaking, has actually been more to create the wall slump situation. But because of that, we're now opening Phantom once again to the opportunity to pressure you in this manner. who's going to be able to do so. Not going to kill just yet. A Pixel of Help still in play for Shadow Gecko.
Oh, tries to jump out. Actually, let go of FD the last possible second. They're going to get chipped out by Pierce or by Drill. Oh, nice whip punish. Yeah, early burst here from Phantom. Post blocking the yo-yo. Well, bursting out from Shadow Gecko. Also, we're not on an even playing field, is what I would say if you didn't have the block. Never mind! 2K2D coming from Shadow Gecko here. Okay, slowly but surely pushing Phantom to the corner, but Phantom flying out. Of course, yep, that nerf is going to be paying the price here. Oh my.
Those two S's really being the bane of existence right now for Phantom. But once again, just all it takes is being able to get that corner, and it is Phantom's entire game. As we're going to go into the Shark, and Phantom seals it from Shadow Gecko in a very quick fashion after these two rounds. You know, I think this kind of goes back to what we saw earlier with Phantom versus Elder. It's just do not give Phantom the opportunity to take control of the match, because the minute they do, it is a Zato game all over. And I think with a character like Bridget, who's already fragile as it is, that's something to be very careful about.
Yeah, most definitely. But we'll have to see those adjustments coming into play in game number 2 starting out right now. Yeah, I like the adjustment here, jumping over to West. Locking Shadow Gecko down already. Early burst coming out, gets blocked though from Phantom. Okay, nice conversion. Well, going for the reset as well. Okay, the jump out from Shadow Gecko in the back throw as well. Now it's your turn. Okay, staggering. Roll back in there. Phantom trying their best to escape here. Okay, nice throw here from Shadow Gecko. Scoops. Oh, what?
That might not be good there. That could be a controller issue right there for Shadow Gecko, who just went stand still. The deflect shield that had happened earlier was not going to get punished at all. And right now, Shadow Gecko just staying there. Be waiting for a response in just a short minute to see what happened there. But, you know, going back into it, kind of just covering again what we've seen so far from Phantom. It's just been a very strong Zato player who's waiting for an opportunity.
Yep, of course, we as I mentioned earlier in game 1, you know, when Shadow Gecko get that wall break, Phantom was able to, you know, take off the wall, and then as soon as they had the block string, not even the hit, just a block string, you're pretty much having to, you know, play their game. So you definitely gotta make your hits count just a little bit, and you know, sometimes it's worth sometimes to, you know get a reset going, and you know, try to, you know, make it like a one hit kill scenario. But you also have to keep in mind of the character you're fighting as well as the player, right? You know, if both are in sync, you know, it's going to be a very hard time if you lose that momentum. So I definitely would advise, you know, finishing your food when the opportunity proceeds. But we are now back. I guess everything has turned out to be okay. Shadow Gecko is now back.
Yep, and just an update for our viewers, just in case, that first round has gone to Phantom, because that was the disconnect part of Shadow Gecko's side. So now we're going to see Phantom, who's going to try to win this next round to make it 2-0, or if Shadow Gecko can make the comeback that's needed, and it's it's looking very close here as a possibility.
Okay, and the scoops to end the round. Okay, Shadow Gecko here now going to round 3.
Right, Frog goes out, and then that is a perfect, that's like iconic anti-air protection there for Zato. Being able to get that full-on attack, and then we're going to get the purple RC. Gets the close slash again, and blue RC to open up Shadow Gecko, and this is Drill Control Central as the 2K2D, but the grab here from Shadow Gecko is going to be able to save them. And another grab as well, still that yo-yo going out, blue RC, try to slow down time. 6P whipping here from Phantom then.
Well, we're looking just about even here. Phantom having the burst advantage though. Purple RC coming out from Shadow Gecko, wants to lock Phantom down in the corner, and there is the conversion. Oh, unfortunate. Couldn't finish it, couldn't finish the conversion. Phantom now has a chance to come back here. Oh, and that's the facial Eddie though, but not gonna matter. Phantom getting right back in there. A wall of their own, nice jump. Wow, Shadow Gecko is gonna take the lead here. Wait, no, tie it up 1-1, I think.
Yep, tied up 1-1. That was such a great call out on the command throw. It's really hard to try to call out some of those instances because, when you are playing against Zato and he does go for that command throw, it's like a very interesting setup because your instinct is to jump, but there's other things that are stopping you from doing that, like frog, like drill, even Zato's own regular normals that can happen. But sometimes you just have to take a chance, and that's exactly what Gecko did, and it worked out phenomenally as well, especially when it came too close for a close call.
Most definitely. Here we go. Early burst here once again from Phantom. Tries to get the conversion, but blocks the burst as well. Now gonna have to take all the damage. Never mind, gets the reset. Oh, tries to lock him back in the corner with jump piece, but it's a little bit too low. Oh, they should get it. I said just trying to bait a throw there. Shadow Gecko little not biting. Oh, once again, tries to go for the JP airs.
Overdrive all the way from full screen. What a beautiful 6P though from Shadow Gecko, who's really trying to make up for the health deficit at the moment. Great pickups.
Oh, actually not supposed to be a YRC bait, but at the very last second they stopped baiting. YRC comes out, the classic.
That far slash reaching very far despite the deflect shield. Tackling Phantom, but Phantom cleans it up thanks to the drill.
Here we go, opposed behind the yo-yo. And also making sure they log down Bridget as well so that they cannot afford to roll in. Yeah, very strong counterplay here from Phantom, as well as the group of damage, taking off 50% of their life away into the command ground. So Eddie should be back in play very soon here. Purple RC. Opposed to block their skip off the corner, but drops the conversion. They're pretty good though. Have a very healthy life lead. The command grab again is going to seal the deal. Phantom taking game number 3.
And a perfect to boot as well. That was I love the interaction of the blue wild assault and then hard knockdown, dash up command grab. Now you know your opponent's going to try to jump because they're trying to avoid the low, and also Eddie on again footsies at the end of the day. So great call out again, being able to get the counter hit off of the jump in, and then another command grab. It's like you're already in the Zato vortex.
Yeah, but of course couldn't handle it at all. Of course, yeah, I like to see Phantom just the way they kind of just deny any sort of escape. If they recognize you're kind of jump out a lot, they would go for the oppose into 2H or the jump piece. They tried there though, but Shadow Gecko one step ahead. Now this time throwing out a button is under escape. Okay, Phantom trying to lock him down. Yeah, the classic oppose into command grab. They're probably shouldn't be afraid to jump out the corner. They have been getting locked down, but the fear is gonna get you killed. Phantom now on set point.
Right, Eddie is now out of play as that leader is going to try to get charged back up again. We do get a counter hit off of the low, and then a 2K, 2K, but not going to be able to fully capture. Again, Eddie going out, able to get the tap dust. And a hard knockdown as well. Again, pose into command grab has been the formula. We've seen a lot more command grabs in these matches than previously. Phantom going to have to be careful here, though. Eddie is no longer on play and still has to recharge.
The trade, but Phantom is the one that comes on top of the advantage from that situation, and it's gonna do it. It's gonna do it. Game 4, gonna go to Phantom, taking it 3-1.
Nicely done. And with that, that is gonna move Phantom on to the winner's side, who will be facing Kensai. And I think that's gonna be an explosive match. What do you think?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Explosive in terms of it being just two top dogs going at it, but then also explosive in terms of both these characters being able to deal mad damage for no reason. So they're gonna be a fun set to watch. Of course, they should be loading on the platform shortly to finish out this quarterfinal set. We have our loser side still doing it out. Of course, now Shadow Gecko is going to be moving down to fight Delirium, looks like. Losers quarterfinals. Stun Stark and Reaper Meister are doing it out right now. But on stream, we have our quarterfinal set Kensei versus Phantom, Kai versus Otto.
All right, you know, again, Kai Kisuke, that is a character. Gonna be able to get the jump slash. Was a little bit too calling out there for the jump in, which was on the other side. Is gonna get opened up by Frog, as well as that wall is broken thanks to the overdrive and the full-on bar of Eddie. Charged and ready to go.
Oh, doesn't tap from Phantom, but gets YRC by Kensei here. Nice DP. Oh my, that burst happened 8 years ago.
It really did. The slowdown, and I feel like as Stride players, it was a very slow motion for us, but for a regular viewer, that was like a very quick interaction. That was like, what? Phantom was ready.
Yeah, that's the classic. You know, you just burst at that wrong time, and then it takes like 30 years to burst.
Kensei responding with the perfect. You know. That was a clean round there. Kai Kisuke doing all the damage that he could possibly do. And again, air movement on point for Kensei. Like you mentioned, it's going to be an explosive battle between these two, and it has been so far. Backing away from the pose as well as waiting patiently. Tries to back away once again and still getting hit by the 2P.
Kensei slowly but surely find a way out the corner, and there it is. Stun Dipper RC going to get the corner carry here. Reset into the charge stun edge. RC coming from Phantom. I wonder if that's supposed to be a YRC attempt, but nonetheless, still going to be a good scenario for them. Okay, now trying to keep it Kensei locked in the corner here. Now on the offensive, able to lock him down. Sword Trooper coming down. Maybe that's a Sun Boy one. Oh my goodness, kind of close slash. And the burst comes back just in time. You reach IT's gonna be it doesn't. They built the bar just in time. Yeah, that was checkmate. Jesus. Oh my god. Yeah, that was a scenario. You know, if you don't burst, you get OTG'd. If you do burst, you know they block and they punish. So I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, I saw Phantom like even hesitating just a slight second, but like it was one of those checkmate situations where you were at low health. You know, like there's really nothing else you can do but try to attempt the burst and see if you can catch Kensei off guard. Kensei, though, calling out the grabs in 1 second, getting the counter hits in another, and then being able to fully convert. Like, I think one of the things that makes Kai super strong is the fact that OTGs and very, like, stray hits, you can convert off of them and easily get 50%. Like here, perfect example.
Most definitely. Even if it's not like the most absurd amount of damage, you still get a good scenario from it, right? Like a wall break, hard knockdown, and now positive bonus. Your Kai is so good at positive bonus in the first place. So this happening right now is going to be what Kensei needs in order to take the bigger lead in the set right now.
Expertly done here from Kensei. Again, another perfect. No surprise here from the Kai Master themselves. Trying to just close in on these gaps here and there. Does get the Die Declare, but not going to be able to continue because of the burst.
Oh, I actually like that. Yeah, stun edge killing Eddie. 6P sitting Kensei down though. Okay, Phantom having to try to run support without Eddie right now. Kensei deny all that right now. Okay, pull back up 2K. Counter 2S from Phantom.
Interesting attempt to try to vapor thrust there, but it does not become successful, and it's actually going to allow Phantom to clean out the round here because of that. I think there was that moment where it was probably an attempt to try to go through the gap, but it was a little too early on that gap. Like right here was, I think, the better timing that Kensei was looking for.
Oh, tries to go for the pulls into 2 H-Prime for a throw bait, but Kensei already know what's up, one step ahead already, going for the go burst. Yep, there it is. It's a part of play going for the sacred edge through the wall here. Things are looking pretty good for Phantom right now. What in the world was that? That's gonna be a
That
pretty good
was
scenario
a
here.
that was a gorgeous blue RC, and then a very instant jump dust. But hey, it almost works there for Phantom. Phantom doing another blue RC to also slow down time and get that 2K2D that has been a tried and true, able to accomplish many footsie battles. But the backdash from the command
Wow.
grab! Kensei reading it, waiting for it, and calling it out.
Yeah, definitely strong. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be something that's very keen. Obviously, like Zato's a character where we mentioned earlier, is able to lock you down. So it's a character where you have to put so much effort in learning the matchup in terms of how players want to operate their offense, right, and how they want to like structure their habits or whatnot. Because at the end of the day, yeah, the offense might maybe strong, you might have a counter play, but it's all about how the player navigates it right. So I think we're seeing now Kensei able to kind of pinpoint spots where Phantom has been kind of going for certain strings or whatever, and they're looking for that one spot, that one good scenario where they're able to counteract them.
Beautiful punish there off of the whiff 6P. Phantom having to be a little more careful on just bringing out, and there goes the Vapor Thrust into the fast RC. Now, it doesn't lead into the hard knockdown, but creates a situation for Kensei, who's on both health lead and just has to play good footsies. Throws out the Sacred Edge, backs away, but gets the Vapor Thrust just to punish Phantom for trying to take back their turn, and then gets the slash in right after.
And here we go. Already on set point here for nice frog though from Phantom. Actually put Kensei back in the corner. Okay, well, also not too much damage, but once again, it's going to be a good scenario here. Command grab, Eddie should be back here in a few seconds as well. Yep, and there it is. Now Kensei once again has to deal with this.
Yeah,
Okay,
not
locked
too
down
much
here. Gets a
Kensei
hit.
can do there. Okay, counter hit goes out. Again, we're in this situation where there's not really much Kensei can do except having to spend these defensive resources that Phantom's just waiting for.
Yeah, but nonetheless, still very good stuff from both players here, as well as Phantom taking that round. Okay, and we are back at it. This is Zato. Zato making you block part 37 in the tournament. Never mind, Kansas. Oh my. Yo, both players are just wanting to deny everything. Oh, beautiful opposing to block the jump in.
Alright, Kensei still going to be able to use that Sacred Edge. Tries to go for the Fuda Art. Not going to catch a landing, but we do get the opening thanks to Wild Assault. And another Fuda Arc as well. Going to be able to counter hit off of that blue RC and end it with the Sacred Edge to clean out the round. And Kensei heading to Grand Finals in what was a very, I feel like this is one of those matches that the score doesn't tell the story. Because it was almost final round for most of these games.
Yeah, definitely. It's really unfortunate because we always want to see down to the wire game, but sometimes you do get those in all these sets, right? Especially as I mentioned earlier, this is a small bracket with a lot of killers, so we're bound to see all sorts of results. Whether it's going to be a blowout, but it's not it's necessarily a sweat fest or all that stuff. So of course, the good stuff I can say. Of course, it is Phantom as well, so I'm gonna be surprised if we do see Phantom later on in the night, because I'm lo and behold, they are gonna be in losers finals down there as well, waiting for their chance to get the run back. We have a few other sets playing out right now. We still have Shadow Gecko and Delirium playing out their sets still. We still have on their minds look like Stun Stark and Reaper Meister are finished with theirs. But right now, before we get our next set on stream, we have a few more sets to shout out. We have Gamo Get On My Level happening in next month, I believe, right? As soon as the graphic gets pulled up here. Yeah, so it's May 17th through the 19th. Make sure y'all sign up for Get On My Level if you are able to pull up. We have a whole bunch of featured games right now. It's a 10-year anniversary as well, which is also nice. Definitely shout out to the team over there. We have Rifles of Ether, Smash Bros. Smash Bros. Ultimate, Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, Melee, Strive, All Star Brawl, Rivals, Under Night, Ember, Grand Blue, and Persona 4. We have so much stuff going on right now, so please make sure y'all check out Gamma Level if you are attending, as well as using the code DH for $10 off of your purchase. We also have Ultra Clash happening here, and I believe it was a few days. It was a graphic get pulled up here. Never mind. April 20th, later this month. I believe it's a Tekken 8 tournament as well. So
Yes,
yeah, make sure y'all
absolutely.
tune into that. Yeah,
Definitely
definitely
make
gonna be
sure to
some fun
tune
stuff.
in.
Oh, my bad.
No worries. Definitely make sure to tune in. It's one of the first stops for the Tekken World Tour. It is actually, I believe, a master event. So make sure to definitely get in, get those tickets going. You only have literally a week, less than a week. So make sure to sign up.
Yep, do that, do that, do that. And also, our Matcherino is also still left tonight. We have 43 codes remaining. Make sure y'all click on the or do no do exclamation point Matcherino in the chat and click on the link. It'll take you to the Matcherino page. You can claim a code and put in a free 25 cents in the pot. 25 cents free 25 cents free. Did I say free? Free. Make sure you do that. um,
Instructions are there for the Matcherino, so be sure to follow along. You can click on that claim code for the 25 cents. And then, of course, if you want to keep supporting the players, you can do the sponsor quest and even do direct contributions if you so choose.
Yep, and of course, if y'all are interested in some more digital havoc here tonight, we also have currently Under Night in Birth happening this week on the 10th and Street Fighter 6 on the 12th. So if you are interested in duking it out or just just tuning in, watching some more high level games, I definitely highly advise checking out those two brackets on the 10th and 12th. You never know. You might see me sweating it out, pressing some buttons and some on this Wednesday on the 10th, bro. I don't know. You maybe yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, would definitely love to be able to see you perform out there, especially in Under Night, because you were mentioning how you've been grinding out the game quite a bit. So I'm hoping that we will get to see that. But just like a heads up for our viewers at home, you can do the exclamation point bracket if you want to catch up. Right now we have Reaper Meister, who is confirmed for the losers semis. And right now we're just waiting for Shadow Gecko versus Delirium. Shadow Gecko, who's been a very strong Bridget player. I mean, it would not surprise me if Shadow Gecko is able to make it to the loser semis. Because again, that Bridget has been just a powerhouse when it comes to pressure, optimization. Like I feel like there's just the right conditions for Shadow Gecko, and I think if there's a couple of better decision makings in the matches, Shadow Gecko might be taking this tonight if there's those adjustments.
Oh yeah, it was definitely. Of course, for the points you mentioned earlier as well. I think their adaptation has been fine, but yeah, I definitely agree. Just it's a small things, and that's kind of like the problem when you're trying to improve and play at a high level. It's always going to be the small things that you have to adjust, which isn't really the easiest thing to do all the time, especially in a high level capacity like this. Say where it's very high intensity. You're dealing with other players who are doing the same thing. They might be doing better. So gonna have to be able to make those small adjustments on the fly. But once you get that experience, of course, I can definitely see China Gecko definitely taking this for sure. But once again, it's
Most
going to be
definitely.
a very tall decline going through. Right now, going through Reaper Meister, Phantom, and then Kensei. They're going to be a tall decline. But all you got to do is chill, clear mental, clear head. Make sure you make those small things, and yeah, make sure you don't freak out. It's all good.
Yeah, Kensei has been the I would say the top dog in this bracket simply because again that Kai is really strong, has
Yeah.
a lot to work with. Kai being this character that just converts off of everything from OTGs, stray hits, projectile applies that stun that helps with the frame traps that Kai does. The strike throw situation, like we haven't really seen too much of the dash up throw that Kai players usually throw out. And it's simply because Kensei's been keeping everybody on their toes in other ways, right? So, there's that. There's also the fact that like it is it's been pretty a good set of matches where we've seen Kensei get really close to losing or losing any form of momentum and just able to really pick it right back up again. So I'm curious to see how any of the players that are in this losers semis and losers finals, how they're going to do against Kensei, whether it's on their rematch or if they're meeting Kensei for the first time.
Yep, most definitely. And I know earlier you were talking about the offensive decisions from Kente. I don't even recall if I've seen. I know a lot of Kai players when I fight them and see them. They'll do a lot of the wall assault into 5K, and it's pretty much. My God, basically a straight up scenario. They'll either go for a throw or just a jump ace to see if to take the bait or whatnot. So, but I mean, they've been doing pretty well without going for that. So, nonetheless, but so we're loading into Reaper Master or Delirium is what I would say if the game worked. But gonna have to see. Now think. Wait. Yeah, both these players have been on stream for the very first time. So this is gonna be an extra fun set to watch.
Yep, we are going to be
Is what I would
going
say.
back to the lobby just in case to fix up those. I think it was actually a matter of that they realized the stage might not have been the one that was supposed to be. It looked like they were trying to go into Giovanna's stage, and I know that for competition, that stage isn't exactly welcomed because of how much goes on in the background. So it lowers frame rates. It creates a not stable
Yeah.
to condition for online and even offline play too, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm pretty sure that the players are just getting themselves situated, making sure that the right stage is corrected. But like you mentioned, Delirium and Reaper Meister being the first time on stream tonight for us. I couldn't get a chance to see any of the characters that they had going on, but hey, if they've made it this far already through the bracket, I have a good feeling that it's looking like it could be a pretty strong match already.
Yep, most definitely. Looks like we're gonna be trying again very, very shortly. Sorry for the issues here. Going back into the game, I believe that was just a regular DC. Very unfortunate one. But yeah, loading into the match here. Hopefully shortly if everything is okay. I know the lobby still have like glitches and stuff, so gonna be sorting that out. Forgot what I was gonna say, but it's okay. Uh, Lose semis here starting shortly. Of course, so far, how do you feel about the matches tonight? I know we've seen some bangers, some close ones. But I guess in your opinion, how you feel about some of these games?
Oh, they've been really good. I mean, I feel like the Alba one was like played really well, but Alba is in that position other than like the really crazy like decision making from Kensei, right? Like
Yeah,
I think that's like the highlight of my favorite this tonight is just the fact that like the overdrive, you know, is meant to be like auto homing and then doing that vapor thrust as a way to answer back was like crazy to me. But what I feel like I really want to highlight there is we saw Stun Stark play Abba the way that honestly you're that's how you're supposed to play. um Great like meter management with jealousy mode, which is something that like a lot of people are currently struggling right now because again she is new, she is this new character that meter is very dependent on. But also just for the fact of like if you go against a matchup that prevents you from either a applying pressure when you need to be with jealousy mode. We saw multiple times that Kensei was actually using YRC and burst
yeah,
to actually get out of situations that should have been checkmates technically for Stun Stark in those moments. But like, going into how Ava plays, like that's time that's spent with the burst causing her to go back to full screen, and then she has to dash right back in, open you
yeah,
up. By the time that happens, she's already down 25% in her meter. You can actually see it in real time in one of the rounds when it happened. So I think that those specific scenarios is what's gonna actually help her when like Arxis like looks at it and is like, you know what? We still want this type of gameplay for her, but we need to tweak a couple of things, and that could be, you know, whether it could mean that she goes out of jealousy mode, or she stays in jealousy mode a little bit longer when burst happens, or you know, it can lead into like different ideas that when I hear people say, oh, ABBA needs to be buffed, it's those situations that I feel like a lot of people talk about more than anything. But then, you know, going back into just how everybody's playing, like everybody's been playing phenomenal. Phantom is another big highlight that I feel like has been really good tonight. That Zato gameplay really shows that Zato is still a character that you cannot mess around with.
Yeah. Yeah, both definitely. Definitely their strongest sets have been I feel versus definitely Shadow Gecko, and definitely there are ways to kind of pick apart like I mentioned earlier of how you want to escape. I think that's going to be something a strong thing that a lot of players don't take into account when even playing a character like Zato or any other character that look you down. And so we're getting back into the match here. So we got River Meister versus Delirium. Of course, it's going to be another pot actually versus a May.
This is actually a very cool matchup, not one that I get to see too often, even though there are plenty of Mays out there. But already Delirium starting off really strong, goes for the Hammerfall, then follows up with the Garuda, and trying to walk back just a little bit to create some spacing as Reaper Meister is going to get the counter hit, another counter hit thanks to the charged anchor, and the Wild Assault for the hard knockdown right after the wall break.
Yep, and going for the empty IED throw here. Delirium opting to save the burst here for the next round.
Smart decision making here from Delirium to conserve on those resources, getting the counter hit as well as the Hammer of a Fall follow up.
Master, nice. Get the jab from Delirium. Go push around the mid range here. Nice conversion from Delirium off of the 5P hit.
I love that. That was so cheeky. The 2K and then the barrier, because the 2K opened up, Reaper Meister was forced to hold the barrier, and then that goes for that wall transition.
What a wall.
You know what? Props for trying.
Yep. A very weird and unique interaction there. Okay. Oh, I let them jump the out the corner though, but unfortunately Delirium locking them back down. Okay, falling JH from Reaper Meister. Go with the conversion as well into the Wild Assault. No use of the RC either, but able to keep Delirium so locked down here. Oh.
Yeah.
Delirium trying to catch Reaper Meister on it.
Right there, we actually got to see the season 3 change there for May, which is that cancel off of Dolphin. That's actually still catching a lot of people. It is not an easy reactable cancel as many people were kind of like assuming, and makes Dolphin a way more scary threat than it was before.
Yeah, and of course he also has some dirty mix with that as well. I was fighting J-Sav, and definitely there's some stuff in there that make him do with that move. It's not pleasant to fight against, I will say. And of course, me being a player that kind of relies on reactions, that I can tell you for sure that it's not that easy to react to. Okay, but here we go, going to game 2 here. Oh, failing anti-air on the jump D there from Delirium.
Ooh, the empty Pop Buster tries to go for the 6P. It does land despite Reaper Meister trying to avoid it completely. Now it's a bit of defense here as the Mega Fist is going to catch the hitbox off of Reaper Meister. But Reaper Meister throwing out the Dolphin and getting pushed back by Deflect Shield. And then Hammerfall coming in for the follow-up as well.
Getting back in there. Mega Fist attack from Delirium not going to work out though. Reaper Meister taking round number 1 here in game 2. Here we go. Big round start. Mega Fist from Delirium wants to keep things aggressive. Okay, we're gonna see a counter Dolphin on the Pop Buster attempt. Okay, also going for the wall edge here as well. Delirium now on the back foot. Reaper Meister looking to keep up the offense here. No rest to split once again to the Mercy eject. And a beautiful throw though.
Yeah, that was a really good throw as a pickup. Reaper Meister, though, still in a very significant health lead. Also has a lot of bars to work with it, too, when it comes to tension. Takes 6P to stop the pressure. Brings out the Orca and purple RC to keep the Orca safe.
Oh, the 6P from Delirium, but he's not getting conversion though, but still see a Loco coming out here. Might see a Hammerfall. There it is into the barrier, Gigantic. Oh, Garuda catching the backdash. Decent choice here, but now you're in the corner against a pot. This is not going to be the call out on the uppers Dolphin with Heat Knuckle. Answer back here from Delirium.
That was so satisfying. I'm not gonna lie. See, that's probably the only time I will ever be happy seeing that air grab from Potemkin. It's just literally grabbing the dolphin and then yeeting it to existence.
Look, I don't blame him, bro. Like, I'll be mad too. Like, where are you spawning dolphins from and being so annoying with them? Like, why?
A lot of health loss has been lost here from Reaper Meister, who's been trying to open up once again. There goes the Mega Fist counter hit, and Delirium cleaning it up, tying it up 1-1.
And yeah, we're definitely seeing a lot of back and forth tonight because we saw definitely some good uses of course, the new move from May, and then mixing up their offense and Oki situations. But then now, of course, Delirium able to now keep note of some of the escape options, like for the upper Dolphin head out the corner, as well as, you know, we saw some good punishes for. So definitely good stuff from both players. But now, of course, now this is an even game. Now we are back to even playing field. Okay, so y'all pretty respectful here. A battle for advantage here.
Garuda being that breaking factor for Reaper Meister, not unsure to either go for a backdash. There we go, Pop Buster after the purple RC, and that was so much damage. It was just that one single Pop Buster to clean up the round.
What a trade! Oh, 2B counter hit catching the Dolphin. Okay, nice leader locking, regress. Nice jump over the second Garuda. Yep, and that was what I was talking about. Yeah, May gets really good scenarios when she's able to set up a nice little 4-way with the new move, with their emergency eject, is what I like to call it. No. Oh my goodness. Oh, actually, I kind of like the response, actually, using the slide head armor to kind of deal with the next scenario, but unfortunately for them, Reaper Meister is able to still make something happen here. Oh my! Get scooped! For my loyal fans.
Oh my gosh!
Pull it locked on. Where you going? I didn't kill you. There you go.
Oh my gosh! That was so... I don't have any words except that, like, that was a big brain play, but I don't like it. It was one of those big brain plays that are just filthy. They're disgusting, but it works, I guess.
You gotta sit there and be like, got him. You respect it, you know? Just I mean, a character like May, I'm not surprised that it even, you know, because May's a character where they do want to be in the air a lot. You know, May has a pretty fast jump and has some pretty good air stalls, so I definitely respect the call out there.
All right, this is Reaper Meister's potential last chance and to try to really turn these games around. Hopefully can do so. Right now, Delirium backing away, getting the 5P, and then getting the slam, and then Hammerfall counter hit as well. We're going to carry all the way over to the corner, another 5P counter hit, and that is going to be able to go for the wall break. Doesn't have a lot of meter to work with, and choosing to also stick with full burst as well. That was an entire round that Reaper Meister didn't use burst.
Oh, the flick beating the Dolphin. Just flick the Dolphin right in the nose. I respect it. Oh my, again? Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like Papa Delirium. You're the homie now. I'm not gonna lie. You're the homie.
With the tap dust. How many? I don't even think that was a minute, Riot. I don't even think that was a minute in the game. And it was just bam, 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 bam. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it'd be like that, man. I'm telling you, like, once a player is able to pinpoint like a specific scenario where they know they're able to counter you, it's gonna be you're gonna get that essentially, right? You're gonna get the hammerfall PRC into or the hammerfall into like, pop buster, right? Or we saw some good slide heads that counter a dolphin, and try to whiff punish, but so they look up to both players and yeah, good adjustments because golly, but. With that being said, Delirium is going to move on to now fight Phantom in losers finals. So we might see either the run back between Kensei versus Phantom, or we might see a fresh new set with Kensei versus Reaper Meister.
That Potemkin is very potent. I'm curious how Phantom's gonna handle that. Because honestly, I think that when we saw how Heavenly Popbuster was set up, how the Hammerfalls were set up, how just damage was just set up, this is gonna be very tough for Phantom. I think this is probably the toughest match that they're gonna have, second to Kensei.
Yep, definitely. I can definitely see that. Yeah. Of course, Zato Pot isn't really a match that I'm too keen in. I haven't really seen it too often. But I definitely wouldn't. I don't know. I can definitely see both players, doing some good stuff versus each other to kind of have the edge. Of course, I mentioned Pot having no armor, but Eddie also having multi-hitting moves. But when Eddie isn't in play, and then how are you gonna deal with the neutral with Pot? It's kind of what I kind of want to see. To be honest with you. But here we go. We see some good space control here from Delirium's /5H. Okay, now Phantom though makes something happen here. Jump D attempt from Delirium gets checked by Phantom. Now pulling up. Offense of their own. Eddie coming into play. Tap dust. The burst though from Delirium deny any sort of offense here, killing Eddie as well.
The purple RC into the Kara cancel for Pop Buster. Not gonna work exactly how Delirium wanted. Also tried to call out for the air grab, but was unsuccessful. Gonna have to hold a lot of this pressure right now and try to go for a Mega Fist. It's not gonna land, as Phantom is gonna be able to clean it up with this overdrive.
Good stuff. And that honestly, that's another issue that I didn't even think about when talking about the set was, of course, the health pool from Pot. I know Zalo is able to do some damage, but I feel like most of his common hits, he's not really gonna be able to do as much damage as he would like to, especially versus Pot. So it's gonna be something to keep in mind here when we see some of these stray hits coming from Phantom here. But looks like a counter's gonna deny that. Yeah, and, yep, they kind of hit Mega Fist as well. Nice backdash against the Vita though.
Okay,
knocked down.
goes Garuda. And the slight walk down there, catching Phantom off guard. He was panicking with that backdash. Now we have the wall break.
Okay, Pierce the lock, laying him down. It's not gonna matter though. The Mega Fist flying right over, taking round number 2.
There goes the far slash here, and then Drill to also keep up momentum.
Oh, what? Yeah, that Mega Fist is definitely doing some mileage right now. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, it's gonna be a strong counterplay versus a lot of the offense that we're gonna be seeing tonight, as well as in general. So I think if people are gonna be able to look out for that Mega Fist, they're gonna be looking a lot better. At least, yeah, like that again.
Ooh, great block, and that's gonna be a punish as well. I love that Phantom didn't just go for a backdash. Learned from the last time that Delirium was doing the slight walk to like kind of scare you to do a backdash, but not really. And Phantom held their ground, which I think is really good. And once again, holding their ground in the air as well to be able to punish. So Phantom already on a really strong start despite the back and forth that was happening in that first game.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Yeah, Pa's like another character where your defense has to just kind of just be on point. You know, you can't let the fear overtake your mental, and let you do like a lot of like panic master or panic backdash or anything like that. You have to be on your toes, looking out for common scenarios where the pot once again back to habits, right? Where they have a habit of going for the same thing. You have to keep in mind of the risk reward, the health management. So definitely good stuff for family there for kind of recognizing that and adapting to the situation.
Beautiful block on that burst right there from Phantom, who was calling out that Delirium was trying to get out and reset neutral. And we're going to be able to go into that overdrive. So Eddie meter was recharged. The YRC is going to take out Eddie, but this is still pressure that's free for Phantom, who's going to be able to get a counter hit thanks to the blue Wild Assault. Gets grabbed and then a Potemkin busted right out. And that was just one Potemkin buster because of the low health that Phantom was in.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened within the last interaction there with Phantom having the offense there, but good stuff with Delirium taking advantage, having already now up a round lead and one run away from tying up the score here. But right now, Phantom is looking to deny that. Going to the Kingdom as well. Of course, has to go through a lot of this health. And the 2 A's to call it the Mega Fist. White Walls through the 2S.
Beautiful backdash as well to avoid the pop buster. And that should be into the overdrive for the kill. So Phantom still sitting on a solid lead at the moment. They need to clean this next round up.
Ooh, Leap's gonna lift punish. Oh, can get a full conversion though. Okay, lost the leader back down with the 6P. No, Phantom back on the offensive. Now Eddie is going to be able to keep some offense here. Backdash, but 6K is going to catch Delirium's backdash. Good ops to use the burst. Oh, tries to armor through, but the RC hits him. Oh, that's combo. Yep, they're going to the heavy Potemkin buster. Alright, here we go.
Not as crazy damage as it was going to be. No counter hit off of the whip grab. The backdash into the 2K 2D, and then we are going to try to get that mix, which is successful in the landing. Going into the overdrive due to Potemkin's guts, it's not going to be able to kill, but that's a hard knockdown. It's going to be able to go for Pierce. Heavenly Potemkin Buster goes out again. Gonna have to be careful here. Oh, uses burst. It's hit by the white Wild Assault though.
Tap dust clutches it out. Man, yeah, I definitely that route, that part was very shaky. Mostly because once the pop buster came out, we saw some failed air attempts from Phantom. They're trying to utilize lead to catch them back down, some with buttons. So I think once those attempts kind of failed, I think from there it's kind of just a little bit shaky. Anything can happen, but Phantom's still making it happen. So definitely good stuff. They wouldn't be surprised to do it because I mean that game was definitely a lot closer but Delirium now has a much harder balance to fight now because you have the stress of getting 3-0'd, but they have to be able to keep this momentum up right now. Now they have the offensive.
That's a first burst there. Another Heavenly Potemkin Buster, but somehow Phantom narrowly getting missed by that for just a moment. Now it's gonna have to hold the flick. Goes the drill to catch Delirium. Pierce goes out, and again, pressure situation right here. Beautiful 6P, and that's gonna be another close slash that's gonna seal the deal for Phantom. He's gonna go on potential set point now.
Strong stuff here from Phantom. Early trade here in round start. White also though, putting Phantom on their back here. They try to space him out. He tried to get back in there, cornering Phantom as well, getting conversion, but the burst from Phantom denies that. Okay, now trying to lock Delirium down, tries to 5P the gap. Nice slide hit being invite the hill.
That's gonna be. Oh no, doesn't kill just yet. This is Phantom. Oh yeah, 5P's is gonna be able to close it out for Phantom. was trying to like make that comeback, but again, it was a pixel of health in a dream.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, pretty stressful here. Oh, what a cross up! Wow. Yep, Phantom getting a good hit here. 6 inches to the wall, or yeah. If Delirium probably trying to catch a air limit there. Beautiful RC against the oppose. Oh,
No,
they were too
red
far for the RC to
RC.
connect with the armor.
Yeah, it was too far, like you mentioned.
Oh my god.
Not looking good right now. Garuda able to land and cause the stagger, which means that Delirium is going to be able to go on the board against Phantom 2-1 and could potentially create the breakthrough here, finishing the story of Potemkin if we are able to get that second game and take it to final game.
Yep, hopefully, yep. We've seen some good stuff from Delirium. It's now coming into fruition. Seeing a lot of slide heads and more armor moves coming out. There are a few scenarios where we saw the armor moves come out and Phantom did not have Eddie or meters. And so like I was saying earlier, like I'm not too sure what's going to be the play there. Considering there's not a lot of multi-hitting moves that Zato has, and of course without meter, you're gonna have even less multi-hitting moves because now you don't have the protection of that RC. But we're gonna see what Phantom does about that going into this next game here. But looking like it might not even need to matter right now. Locking Delirium back down here. You see a back Mega Fist attempt gets beat out by Frog.
This is a command grab as well, so it's not going to fully kill. So we're going to try to either chip out in situation and open up Delirium here, and still successfully completing the perfect. And again, potential set point here for Phantom. All it takes is a good counter hit and a couple of more openings, and Phantom might be able to take it to go back to Grand Finals. 5P to try to get Phantom off of Delirium.
Last 5 is locking Phantom back down. Not gonna mean much though. Now Phantom's still back on the. Oh, with the use of the flesh shield though from Delirium. Nice stun void. We're gonna keep him locked down as much as we can. Lost the YRC. It doesn't matter how high your health is. Everybody bleeds the same. You're gonna be taking a big command grab here, locking you back down with Frog. 5P as well. Tap dust. Oh, the wall saves them. Couldn't take the full damage. This is still a pretty bad scenario though. Oh, the whip punch, the white wall assault. But couldn't get a flip. It was a little too high, I guess.
Delirium, unfortunately, not going to have bursts in these moments. And there's the counter hit, and Phantom taking the losers final 3-1 over Delirium. He's going to be heading back to face against Kensai in Grand Finals. I mean, that last part or interaction was super clear as to like how Delirium was struggling to try to get out of the pressure situation that Phantom was supplying. And, we saw deflect shields. Phantom was ready with their tension. Roman cancels ready to back up movement, the whole 9 yards. Phantom is just ready for it all.
Yep, was definitely. You can definitely see, how they got their way to get this run back against Kensei. And you do know, I'm pretty sure since they lost that set, they definitely been plotting their way. They're plotting the way on how they're gonna try to be, mess up a win against Kensei in Grand Finals. Of course, they do have their work cut out for them as well because obviously since they are in loser side, they have to win 6 games. Kensei only needing 3. So Kensei kind of chilling in the seat right now. Phantom has to do a little bit more work, but Kensei can't relax too hard, as we all know. 6 games is a lot, but also not a lot. So have to see what it will happen here.
All right, already catching the backdash from Kensei. Phantom, who's on the loser side, and Kensei, who's on the winner side at the moment. Vapor Thrust, though, to take out, actually applying the gap, but Phantom still ready.
Yep. Already doing a good start here for Phantom. But of course, as we saw in their winning final set, just because you're up does not mean that the other person is out. You have to be able to maintain this, keep ahead in the game. But Vapor Thrust is quick to deny that. Here we go.
side, using the burst to get out of the corner, then be able to get the Fuder arc. Tries to go for the projectile, but charged it too long, so that allowed Phantom to get out of the corner. Taker edge to take out Eddie with the jump slash little catch. Beautiful just walks though.
Lucky because he got again Sunboy coming out. Oh, another DP from Kensei. Burst though from Phantom wants to keep Kensei back in the corner. Oh, the back though is not looking good. Wait, you might die here. Wait, no, you're alive.
Yeah, there's still a little bit too much of a skill that happened there. But a beautiful stagger that went into the 2K for Kensei.
That reached, hello? The JH
Active
from
hitbox,
Zara.
baby!
Yeah, like Jesus. My fault, bro.
Good defense though from Kensei. Is gonna get hit by these charged dust counter hits due to the risk being so high. There goes that 2P that's gonna get counter hit. This is not looking good for Kensei.
But Phantom still playing relatively safe though. Tries to go burst. There it is. The first game that Phantom takes over Kensei.
Yeah, Phantom, again, who's been on that loser side of things, is really trying to make that 6-0 happen, or at least 6 games in a row happen. So the first one's already on the docket. Kensei, though, something I've learned from them in these last couple of matches that we've seen them throughout their run tonight is they're going to adjust. And I think what we saw in that first game is figuring out, okay, what are their ranges in some of these situations?
Yep. Definitely makes sense, but here we go. Another strong start here for Phantom. Locking Kensei down. Early command grab here. Knowing Kensei is going to be a little bit more passive here. At least starting off the round. Oh my goodness. Oh, but too far to burst the burst.
There goes the command grab. Again, a perfect situation here for Phantom. He's going to be able to get the low and then end it with the overdrive. This should kill because this is the full-on damage. Nope. Again, you know, damage values do trick you sometimes, but that is a chip-out situation thanks to the drill.
Here we go. First round once again going to Phantom. 6 P's, a 6K attempt from Kensei. You know, Phantom back on here. We're gonna get Eddie back. Did not get him back in time though. Okay, but now we're back to neutral, so this should be relatively good for Phantom here. And it is. They're able to get it back in the corner, but now Eddie is gone. Not gonna matter. You're able to get a little small conversion here, little baby conversion since Eddie is not in play. Get back though from Kensei. And the counter 6P, it should be it. Round 2 going to Kensei. So once again, we are repeating last game, but now we're gonna see Phantom go up to a 2-0 lead, or is Kensei going to be able to tie up the game, getting a little bit more pressure on Phantom.
A wild assault to keep the offensive momentum going. Hard knockdown as well. Fuder arc, beautiful block just in time from the gold burst, and we're going to get the red RC for a clean hit, and that is a perfect as Kensei ties it up 1-1.
Yep, yeah, pretty crucial events here. Of course, now we're in the threshold, just about, at least almost there, where now it's pretty much crunch time, right? Like Phantom has to be able to make something happen with these next few games if they want to be able to stay in the bracket and kind of put a little bit more fear into Kensei's heart. But Kensei obviously a little bit chilling, just a little bit more. Only 2 more to win the entire tournament, so let's see just who wants it more. Simple.
Now, like I mentioned in that after the first game, Kensei is looking for the adjustments, and it's been very successful. Exactly like we see here, you know, closing in again on another wall break situation that leads into this hard knockdown. Fuder arc to catch Phantom, and this is just another perfect at how this incredible Kai player is just adapting so quickly.
Okay, Devil the strong suit, but not Phantom answering back in kind with the opposing the 2H, the classic versus the jump in. Okay, catching the stagger. He hits again. Oh, tries to shimmy, wants to get throw bait in. No flinch though, but the burst does come out from Kensei though. Oh, the 6H whip punch attempt from Kensei gets punished from Phantom. Well, that's a kill. This is still good though. Hard knockdown. Oh, what the? Wow. Okay.
This was actually the best play possible, considering that the Wild Assault was going to probably stop any other attempt. That wasn't a reversal. Beautiful throw here from Kensei. Projectile goes out, goes for the Fooder on, able to open up Phantom, and again, that straight hit. Gonna go into the Sacred Edge, and Kensei robs Phantom in the best way possible.
Oh. See, the room also had the oopsie. Even the lobby couldn't handle it. Jesus. The lobby couldn't even handle the robbery. The ski mask was on. Okay, Balenciaga ski mask, baggy jeans, black tank top, black Air Forces. It's all scuffed up. One strap hanging out. It was going down, bro.
No, that was actually like, that should have been a checkmate situation. But once again, you know, Kensei understanding the range and also that projectile, like a lot of those frame traps are made possible because you're getting hit by projectile and you're applied that stun. So beautiful stuff here from Kensei, who's trying to close in and take it home with the 3-1 final if possible.
Oh, kind of tap dust. Oh, how did, bro, like the fact they baited it before, but then they just knew when the next burst was going to be, and they blocked the burst that time. Like, that was just insane. Oh, the tech off the wall from Kensei, though. Doesn't matter, it's still getting locked down here by Phantom. To the other corner you go. Opposed versus the jump S attempt from Kensei.
Okay, beautiful 6P here, but that is going to be a jump slash. Fooder arc again, tries to back away. Pierce goes out, drill, another drill. And right now, Kensei trying to get out of this corner. Gonna use the YRC to do it. We got the Wild Assault counter hit. Plus the Fooder arc landing. And then the hard knockdown for Wild Assault. And, oh my gosh, the dash up grab. That's the piece of the cherry that you're just missing when you're playing as Kai.
It's the fact that, like you mentioned, like there really hasn't been much of that. So I get like the one time that it comes out is when, you know, these players are like in the fight of their life right now. Also, this is tournament's point for Kensei. So I mean, in bound to have to see some scummy tech coming out to play. Wait, like that. I literally just said we might see some scummy plays coming out, and Kensei does super nice. Good timing, bro.